Hey Stampers, Gaynor again. Now I'm going over an old project that I did about 5 years ago, and then I've been flicking through the internet and I saw a project by Jambi and another lady called Marie. I think her name's Marie, and I'll show you the little project. I think this is really cute. It's like a little book, so you'd have to make a little box for this. So I've added this beautiful ribbon. It doesn't match, but it's close enough, if you know what I mean. It's a different shade. I think this came from the Ornate Garden, I think. But you remember mine, these were two separate pieces, and then this piece was floating as well. So this centerpiece wasn't on, so you could open it right out. And then I saw their two projects and I thought, oh, it's the same thing I did, but it's attached. So I thought I'd give a go at reliving this. I think it's really cute. I've got the words "You're amazing," and then "Friends are like flowers in the garden of life," and I just extra stamped and then added on dimensionals, and then I put "You're the best." I haven't put any extra decoration in here, and I haven't added designer series paper to my tags, and I've used a different top. But I just thought I'd blend in the colours, and it closes beautiful. But this time I'm going to make a gentleman version using the Gone Fishing set, because I like to do one male, one female, as whenever I can, because we don't get enough projects for male items. But can you imagine this now? Let me just grab a cello bag. I've got some loose ones. Oh, there we go. Oh, I'm sliding all over the place. Oh, my little chair's gone wonky wonk. So if you were doing craft fair ideas, I know it's a little bit late now for Christmas or anything, but we have little summer craft fairs, don't we? So you can tuck that in just at the back. I hope it fits. It might not. It just might not, actually. Oh, look at me. I'm all fingers and thumbs. Oh, it will. If you mess around, oh, there we go. It will, but it might not quite catch your ribbon. So I tell you what, I'll tuck my ribbon just on the inside. It's just while we present them in a little craft fair bag. I'm just going to tuck my ribbon in there. Get that in my cello bag. You can buy bags, little cello bags a little bit bigger. Slide that in. I can wrap my gift tag, and then I can close this, or maybe I should have put it in the other way around so the closure's at the back, and then you can add a nice little strip of design, or just go over the front with a nice little strip of designer series paper. And look at that, it fits well in a little cello bag wrapper to do as a craft fair. Or you could have left the top loose, attached it up the top, and then just sealed it together with some designer series paper like this. So I've got a couple of bags here. So put your, let's try it now at the top. So put your Prezi in. It might not fit now, I've got it in another bag. Gaynors all, look at me. I buy them by the thousands and they cling to each other like they're going out of fashion. Maybe it won't fit now. I've got it in another bag. Let's take it out of this one. It's only a cello bag. I can reuse that cello bag on something else. In fact, let's use that one I've just used. So let's put it in this way around. She says, oh girls, what am I like? Let me just close that off the top because it's sticking to whatever I'm putting in. Oh, I'll get there in the end. It went in one way. Let's see if it go in this way. Alright, there we go. Pop it in the right way round. Oh, that's why it's destroying my flower. I do this and take my time a little bit better, so that's it. So tuck my ribbon out the way. You could plan this a little bit better than me, but let me just fold them in just to get them out the way. Open the bag. Look at me, I'm all thinking, stay in there. He doesn't want to stay. But, oh my goodness. Let's see if I've got a strip of designer series paper somewhere. I might have some in my little gift box. Oh, I've got some pink. How's that? We're only doing it as a show, but you could seal your little bag up like so. Obviously you want to get it straight, and then you only need about 1 inch, and then you could fold that down and then tape that section onto the back of your cello bag. Obviously you want it the same width and the same. I trimmed them off. Let's just show you. It's only a piece of designer series paper, so trim that off. Oh, I nearly cut through my ribbon. So you could knit. Oh, I did cut through my ribbon, look. So knit that off. Just pop that in there again. You could do maybe 2 inches, and then you could glue that on the back as a present. See, I haven't even cut it straight because of my scissors, but that would present well in a little gift bag, or you could even do that underneath to hide that gift bag. And they make little craft fair ideas. Oh, I'll get there in the end. I'll do it with the male one with my bags that I haven't used. Right, let's set it to one side. I'm Gaynor is just getting confused.com. Cardstock. I got the green ribbon this time. I have got my layers as well. I have got my DSP as well, but I'm going to hold this up for you. You need a cardstock at 9 by 5 3/4. If you're American and want to do 5 1/2, you're more than welcome, but to give it a good size to fit in your cello bag, you can adjust your lengths. So if you want 5 1/2, do 5 1/2, because all the measurements are the same. Then you want a piece in 8 1/4. I did mine 8 1/2, but I took 8 1/4, sorry, but I took an extra 1/8 of an inch off, and I'll show you why in a moment. And then obviously the same length. Then you'll need a piece that's 2 1/4 by 10 1/2, and then these are your layers and these are your DSP. So if you want to pause, go grab all your stuff and we'll make it together. So let's get, so we've got a 9-inch piece. We want that one first, and I'm going to grab my scoreboard. So the 9-inch piece, we're going to score this at 4 1/4 and 4 3/4, and that's all we're going to do. But I'm going to do it both ways just to be on the safe side. I have got a little mark on the back that says 9 inches. I could just rub that. I don't think anyone's going to even see that. Now with this one, my other one I scored at 4 and 4 1/2. Now I'm scoring this one at 4 and 4 3/8. Because what I found with this one, let me take it back out of the bag. What I found with this one, when I layered it up inside, it fits perfect, but those both creases are on top of the creases. And then when I close, if you close this book up, see inside how this flap here is bowed? It's because it's sitting on top. This one for some reason stayed flat, but this one kept bowing on me. So I thought what I'll do is I'll just score that both ways again. 4 and 4 3/8. That way you've got a slightly smaller gap when we fit the two together, and it's gonna sit just inside this time. and you're still gonna get, we're going to be doing some cutting on these in a moment. Right, and your 10.5 piece is so simple. I've wrote on this one. It is going to be 1 3/4, 3.5, 5 1/4, 7, and 8 3/4. Now let's just flick that because it's a concertina. So 1 3/4, 3.5, 5 1/4, 7, and 8 3/4. That's your scoring. So simple. Yeah, if you look back on my videos, I think it's about 5-6 years ago I made this. So fold in half, fold away and to you, and then away and to you. So it's gonna be like a double W, if you know what I mean. And this is lined up beautiful. So I'm just gonna burnish my score lines both sides. Cute. And then with this one, making sure you've got them lined up. Burnish your score lines because we're going to make it like a little book. Making sure they're lined up along the edges. So we've got our inner little book. Oh no, this is the little one. This is the big one, 1/2 inch. And then this smaller one. So line them up page to page, and then your smaller one. I'm not saying it's going to work because I haven't done it with the smaller inside, but I think it's just going to fit better. So this fits in there, and it's in between the score lines. But we're gonna glue these down, I know. Just to me, it was just gonna definitely sit better. I mean, you can fold them both ways because we scored both ways. You can pick your best angle. But that is gonna fit in there beautiful. But before we do that, we're gonna do some cutting. And also, before we do that, we're gonna add some ribbon. So I'm just going to grab some tape. And you only need about 1 inch on either side because it's going to get glued down as well. I mean, you can do it on the outside, but I've decided not to add a panel on the back because it's just a waste of paper. So I'm roughly aiming for the centre. Looks pretty even. I'm not going all the way to the edge. I'm just going to burnish. Yeah, I saw Jan B do one. Her measurements are a little bit different than mine. And another lady who did hers American style with the 5.5 inch card. I can't think what it's called. I can't remember. But you only need about 3/4 inch. So you've got plenty to tie your little panel over. And again, like I'm saying, don't worry about the extra sticky because we're going to add a panel on there and there. So this is our ribbon. We will tailor the ends later. So I'm just going to pop that to one side. Now we're going to grab our pencil, which I've got here. I keep going past it. And you're going to decide which is the top and which is the bottom. It doesn't really make any odds, but measure up 2 1/4 and just put a little nick. And again on this side, 2 1/4 and just a tiny little nick. And then I'm going to grab my trimmer and where this is folded, don't go into it, just go before it, and then line that up on your trimmer. And then cut that off, and then you're going to do the same from this mark to this corner. Making sure it's in the track, and you don't want to come over that score line. And if you have missed it, oh no, it's perfect. Actually, I'm going to do a tiny little trim with my scissors because I think my blade's on the way out, so I'm just going to tidy that up a tiny little bit. I think it's because I've folded it both ways and it's given me a little bit, but there we go. So my pencil marks, I'm not even going to rub out because they're going to go on the outside. And I've got pencil mark here, but we're going to add designer series paper. And to check, you make sure you've done it right. Turn your corners and you should have them both more or less bang on the same size. You don't need those. Right, and I'm going to show you an easier way than using your trimmer and doing all that marking up again. So these are my inside pieces. These are cut at 2 3/8 by 5 5/8. Are they my inside pieces? No, I haven't cut them. Oh, Gaynor's a silly sausage. These are for my inside pieces. So this is going to go on the inside of this card there. Is that the one? No, it's not. It's definitely for these pieces. These are the pieces you need 3 at 4 1/8 by 5 5/8. And I've already had designer series paper for 2 of them. They are for my inside piece. They are for my inside pieces. So I'm going to add my, I'm going to have the fish hooks on the outside because there would have been no point me picking green cardstock if I was going to use all the grey, but then we've got the green on the Moody Mauve. So I've cut this like 1/8 of an inch shorter. Beautiful. So our card, we want 1 each for these panels. And a nice little tiny white edge on there. I'm going to glue those in. When I can get my glue to stay on the cardstock. Alright, that's the inside. So I need these on the inside. So, a tiny little white border and a green border. Perfect. So you've only taped those in and you've also glued them into place. So these are the inner panels. I think I'll have to check my cardstock. I used a smaller size piece of cardstock, that's why. I didn't use the 8 1/2. I'm using the 8 1/8. But look how neat that looks. So when we add this later, you get to see just this. I mean, you could have done some cutting away, but why would you? So let me check my gap now. So don't hold me to that. These are 3 3/4. So what have I wrote on here? 3 7/8. Oh, that's no good if they're 3 3/4. So I need to do these 3 5/8. Sorry, not 3 and... Look, I've wrote layer there. 3 7/8, and it's 3 5/8. So pay attention to me. And then this will be 3 1/2. So let's do that now. Let's cut these down. The height is perfect, I think. Yeah, the height's perfect. So 3 5/8. I've got the 2 on together, and these are 5 5/8. Perfect. And these should be 3.5. Let's just make sure we've got them. Bang on. Let's check now. Whoops. Okay, there's all fingers and thumbs. So that's going to be perfect. They're 1/4 of an inch smaller, and then these are going to go on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm layering, but I'm lifting it up about 1/8 of an inch. So making sure it's nice and straight. And I'm going to flip it over, grab my pencil, and I'm going to cut along there, and I'm going to do the two together because they're going opposites. So making sure my line is right on my cut line. Perfect. Don't need those. We're going to need that again in a minute. So now we can see. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Perfect. Well, why is one smaller than the other? They were both stuck together. Look, they're exactly the same size. Why is that now? Did I made a boo-boo? I think I might have, you know. 3 3/4, and that's 4. Ah, I forgot to take a piece of, I wrote the new measurements down. I forgot to take, see how it's wonky now? So I need to cut that down. Oh, there's me. So this needs to be 3 3/4 as well. I may have to check my line. Yeah, I need to come up. Now let me just do, where there's a will there's a way. So that is 2 1/4. 2 1/4. I got a fresh line now, so I'm going to cut from there down to this fresh line. We can redeem our mistakes. So this is here, right up, and I'm going to keep that level. So my little marks on there, I'm going to keep that along that edge. And take that little fraction off. See how I've gone up into a nice point? Let's check. Now let's open our paper. So we got a beautiful little space there. And yay! And we got our space there. How cute is that? So there. Now with our designer search paper, because we want them this, fold them together. You're going to line this up and making sure it's right at this edge. Again, you're going to grab your pencil. You don't have to move this one. Let's just make sure they will be open. Yeah, and now I'm going to cut those. It just saves you messing around with all those measurements. Oh, look at that. Bang on my trimmer near enough. Perfect. You can keep those for another card. And then these should fit on there. Beautiful. You're not going to see the bottom at all, so it doesn't matter that you glue these on because that's going to get covered over. But there are our little, and even if you've got a little bit off, it won't hurt because we're not going to see the bottoms. But you can lift that up a tiny fraction of 1/8 of an inch. If you're going to do it with a card that's exposed, then I suggest that you lift it up just a tiny fraction. Beautiful. Another piece. You could do that lining up and then just literally take a 16. Oh, there's that go. On the floor, face down, full of glue. You like me, girls, clumsy. Look at that then. Oh well, we've got to keep laughing, haven't we? Otherwise you'll never get anything done. And the Lord is marvellous at giving us a sense of humour. So I'm going to line this up. And I'm just giving myself that little cute white border. And like I'm saying, if you've got a little tiny overhang, don't know where that's come from. It's minute, and I mean minute. Look at that tiny, tiny little bit. So now, when we glue these in, these are going to look superb. Line it up at the top first. Give yourself that tiny little border. Perfect. So we got that cute little border. Otherwise you can mark up where we did this to 2 1/4. You would do this one 2 1/8 and then this one at 2. You can do it like that. I found it much easier and quicker to do my way. And if you, like I'm saying, if you have to, lift up a little bit. So I'm lining it up. Just giving myself that perfect. Nobody's going to see this edge, so don't worry if you don't get it right the first time, because our little concertina is going to be glued on here and you're not going to see it. So this is our inner piece. Now we need to glue this in here. So when I glue that now, I'm going to make sure it's in the center and right at the top. And when I come to glue this, you just glue this edge and this edge. Look at that, it's out at the bottom. Look at that, it's off a little bit. So I'm just going to straighten that up a little tiny bit. I think it's because I cut it. So 5 3/4. It's just off at this edge a little bit, so I'm going to pull that in. Just see, we all make mistakes, but we can all rectify it. And like I'm saying, we're not going to see this bottom bit, so that's going to measure up there. It needs a little bit more. Oh, unless my cardstock's out. Right, Gaynor, that's 5 1/2. And literally, oh, it's a good job I've got this little guillotine, you know. So don't do as I do, measure properly. Gaynor forgot to cut off, because when you cut, you score at 4, and in my card I put there 8 1/8. It should be 8 3/8. Is it though? Minus. Oh, Gaynor's done it a bit boo-boo wrong. Yeah, 8 3/8. Because we score at 4, and you can flip it round and just score it at 4, which gives us a 3/8 inch gap. Because this is 4 1/4. Yeah, 8 3/8. Oh, I'll get it right in the end, girls. Right, now let's check. Now it's bang up perfect. See? So I'm going to grab some tape. I'm just going to stick some tape down the centre. Look, if we don't make mistakes and show you how to rectify it, then you're just going to end up throwing your projects in the bin and saying, that girl can't teach nothing. So, because it's so thin, I'm going to take this off. And I'm going to add another line. Because I've got a Teflon bolt molder, I'll make sure it sticks down. I want it right up on the other side as well. And I'm going to use a little tiny bit of glue. Tool. And I'm going to use glue because it gives me some wiggle space before it goes off. Try not to go over your score lines, just keep the glue in the center. And not only that, you've got double protection. So fetch this in. I'm going to make sure this lines up and that it's right up the top. Don't worry if it squeezes out. We've only glued this centerpiece. We haven't glued these edges yet. And making sure that we're right along the edge here. And then we can just burnish that down. My glue will dry clear, but I'm a fussy sod, so we've now got that inner section there. So we are going to glue just there and just there in a moment. I just want to make sure when I'm gluing it down that I open it out a little bit, so when I close it, it doesn't. In fact, I want to glue it and the bottom. Let's do it now. Just a tiny little bit of glue along the bottom and along this top edge. We're creating a pocket. I'm going to lift this up a little bit, just so, and then when I open it out, I know it's going to be straight. I've got some little clips if you are not sure while you do the other side. The glue goes off pretty quick, but isn't this cute? And I've got these spare pieces of cardstock. I think that's for my happy birthday. I got some 4x2 and I got some 5x2, and I've swapped up the tag. I'll do the other side in a moment. And I've got this. This is more masculine than the floral one that I did here. So I'm just gonna place. So I've got two different sizes. That looks more masculine. You can choose a different cardstock. I'm just going to have a look, see if I've got any scraps of, what's it called? Wild wheat. I've got one piece, I think. Or maybe I get two smaller tags out of that. Let me just have a quick nose. Oh, I wonder if I get a, no, I won't get a small tag out of that. Again, it's got a scrap bin full. Oh, there we are. I got another piece there. So let's get some 2 inches. I'm going to do this 1x4, just to level the. Let's see what this one is. Let's do 4 with this one. By 2. I know it's got a little crease in it, but oh crikey! But I can always have my little tab at the top. We will decorate them up. You can put some paper on there, nobody will see that crease. So use your scraps. So I've now got my male tags to go 2 in either side. And that side didn't glue down too good. And then I've got enough there to make some more tags. So let's just make sure my, yeah, that did glue down. It's this side that's not glued down. So now again, we're gonna just put a little line of glue at the bottom. And just up this corner. So it's down and across. Gonna remove my little tags and just put that on that side. And we're gonna squeeze that. I don't know. Oh, I don't have my longer peg. No, it won't go right in. That's definitely not going in. I don't have anything longer. But we've made 2 little tags just to poke inside. You can decorate. I might decorate them afterwards. But you've got space for tags. You could even put gift card holders in there. Isn't that cute? So you've got your little tags. I'm just waiting for my cardstock to go off. Now we'll put, whilst we wait, we've got our beautiful front panel, which is these fish hooks. And this is one of the panels that you cut 3 out. This is 4 1/8, the panel. And the DSP is 4 by 5 5/8 and 5 1/2 for the DSP. So we're just going to make sure that looks cute on there. Let's open that up. Make sure they've got that lined up. I mean, you can put a panel on the back, or you could just put a plain piece of white cardstock with some stamped images. I mean, we've got these little, and if you wanted to do extra, you could glue that on and have your little tags in there and your large tags in there if you don't want to waste the paper, because it's the opposite side. So you can have an extra tuck spot. Yes, I think I'll do that, save wasting cardstock. You could add that to another card as well if you wanted. But that's entirely up to you. Oh my battery's doing okay. So these are quite, I haven't got quite a point, but it doesn't matter. So just along the bottom and along the back. And it even adds towards your decoration. And I mean, you could lift it up a little bit because nobody's going to know, because our little framework is going there. So we've got 2 little tags. And then this, you can add this right to the end. It's entirely up to you. We'll get that way in a minute. So at the back. I don't think the other ladies attached these bits they cut off. But I'm just going to level that up. Just give me an extra little front pocket. So we've got a double pocket. So these, you can keep your tags in the top. And also fit a gift card in there as well. Ooh, see? You'd be surprised what you make when you're going along. So let's add our little tags in there just to be on the safe side for a minute. So we've got decoration on the, we're going to finish decorate that in a minute. We've got our inner panels. Now we're going to come to this and decorate. I've got some green because I want to do, I might change that up actually. And a white to do my happy birthday, which is just like this. We need the glue out. Here's my little panels, and you're gonna need 6 panels at 2 1/8 by 1 5/8, and the DSP will be 8 by 1 1/2. Now I've already done a few, and I've got another 2 left, but I'm thinking I may leave. Oh, I'm gonna need bigger paper. Why have my paper 2 1/4? I think I've left this 2 1/2. What's it like? Gaynor's getting everything wrong today. So let's see. 2 1/4. Yes, I have cut it too long, too wide. So 2 1/4 by 10 1/2. I'm going by my old measurements, see. So now so we could add white on there and white on there and stamp our messages and have a blue I'm going to do green, blue, sentiment, green, blue, sentiment. How's that? So I've got some black ink. In fact, I fetched across my Mossy Meadow, and this is a brand new one because my other one was a bit stinky and it went mouldy. So I've got this one, and this one that says you're the best is from a big thank you. So this is retired, but we've all got stamp sets. Let me like. Cute, I like that. So Gaynor makes all these mistakes, girls, so you don't have to. And then we've got this one, and this one says you're amazing, and that comes from the Counting Sheep. So I'm going to do this twice actually, just for a bit of cuteness. Always click your ink pads back in, otherwise they'll dry out. So let's fetch these in and let's get some gluing done. I mean, the way I did, I mean, I could have had this ready, I suppose, and just shown a piece of paper, but I like the white backing. It just sets off the DSP. I mean, you could pick another colour if you want, but I just think the white is cute. I mean, actually, let's do that instead. Let's have the sentiments. Let's do you're amazing next. In the centre. So we got our sentiments in the centre. And they're just cut just by the layer pieces. And then, I mean, you could mirror it. But I'm going to have it like so. Or make sure my little fishing things aren't upside down. Perfect. It's green, sentiment blue, green, sentiment blue. You can add these wherever you like. You haven't got to put them in the same way as me. I have got the dropsies big time, girls. So I got my Gone Fishing box out thinking I needed another sentiment, or was going to do some die cutting, and all these little bits fell out of my box from a previous project. So thankfully you haven't got to sit and watch me cut all these little bits out, but how cute when I can pick them up. So I'm going to add these little things to, I'm going to add that, and I think this anchors onto that, so let's get a bit of glue on that. It's like a weight, and I'm just going to, I think I've done that the wrong, no I haven't, that's alright. And then I'm just going to glue those together, she says. I'm going to glue this down on here and give a little cute weight. I may add some baker's twine, some tiny baker's twine in a moment. We've got this gorgeous little weight, and we're breaking up now the colours and these tiny little weights that go in between, so we can put a couple of those in. I'm just going to have that at the top. Isn't that cute? And then I'm going to have one of these other, they call them, what do they call these? I don't know. But it's really cute against there. And then we've got this fly here. And I'm going to put a hook with that one as well. Just add that there. I was really shocked. I thought, oh, I'm going to have to spend ages now cutting bits out. And I was so chuffed when I didn't have to. I got my little fish hook. And I can pick it up. Gaynor's got no nails. And I'm just going to angle that just on the top end there. That is so cute. So I'm going to save a couple of these for the front after we've cut out our happy birthday. So I'm going to leave that to dry. So I added extra pieces. I mean, my little tag's a bit out of shape. Let me just grab some paper. I've got some here. Some little beige. Is that wide enough? Oh no, not quite. Let's add some of this nice denim. So let's, oh, it's got little blue fishies on. So let's do this. Let's do 3 7/8 by 1 7/8. And I did that way too long. I need 3 7/8. Let's just decorate one of the larger tags for now. And just add that on there. Or we could add the fish. Let's just add the fish. But you can decorate up your little tags just as you see fit. Pop them to one side. Got that evenly spaced. You can add a ribbon on there later. I'm just gonna, I knew my little side was poking up. So let's just make sure. Right, let's go to this beautiful piece now. And this, you can either add it on this way. I'm going to make sure mine lines up with this piece and this piece. So we've got that beautiful W in the center. So I'm just going to add glue. You can add tear and tape as well. So making sure this is nice and straight. Come all the way to the end. Making sure it's lined up. Battery's doing okay. So we need this to bend and bend. So our little W is in the center. Right, now before we do that, I've got a little strip of paper that I cut off. So I'm going to add that. I'm going to add the checkered bit again. So these are just scraps I would put in the bin. Now I've got a 3/8, so 1/4 inch would be perfect here. And look at that. I can lift it up the top, no one's going to see the bottom. And I've got a nice variation going through. And then again, I can just glue this section. And then I can make sure, I'm going to fold that one back. And then make sure this is lined up at the bottom, just along here. And I'm just going to press that into place. So now our little W is in the center where our spine is. And then it just closes together. Beautiful. We'll come back to that in a minute. I'll tie our ribbon. If you don't want to put a ribbon on for a gentleman, you can add a belly band. Or you can just add a little do a little catch from the back. Piece of cardstock, add a magnet over it, keep it closed that way. For video purposes, I've just added a ribbon. That is too cute. So I'm going to get rid of my scraps. I'm just going to put my bits away because we are going to do some die cutting now. My pencil needs to go away. I just pop my glue away for a minute, otherwise it'll dry up on me. Do you know what? I've got the white. I might do the outline. I wonder if I've got enough to do the birthday. Let's get that dies. And the dies are from the Wanted to Say. So this is going to be for the happy birthday, and this is the background. So I've got enough on the white for the background. What I might do is just pull out another section of this gorgeous designer series paper. I don't want stripes again. I do have this denim, and I think that would look nice. So let's cut a piece of this. Let's do 2 inches. Let's do 2 1/4 by 4, and I think that's plenty big enough. To do my happy birthday, because I did it in the white and the green, and I was going to do the green, but we've got a lot of green on there, so let's do it in the white, and we'll die cut the happy birthday. Oh, look at that, plenty, from the designer series paper, and then we can add some of these bits on. So keeping an eye on the battery. Probably a really long video, but you girls love a long video, you've told me. I mean, if you wanted to do a couple of layers to make it stand out a bit thicker, you're more than welcome. But we're just gonna, now we're gonna cut out this section in the happy birthday. Let's see what it looks like. Or if that doesn't look nice, we can always cut it out in the green and have the white as the backing. We live and learn, don't we? So I think that's beautiful because it looks like the ocean. When you see that close up with that designer paper, it looks like the ocean. So Gaynor's got no nails. Oh, I think that's quite cute actually. And girls, I tried, somebody keeps asking me about, people ask me about this. I tried warming it. It straightened it a little bit, but because it's split open, it's not really doing much. So for £6 or £5, I can't moan. So let's pop that to one side. If worse comes to it, I like that actually. You could have cut several layers of your white cardstock to make it thicker. I'm going to add dimensionals anyway, so I'm just going to dot. And attach this. This one goes on beautiful actually. Lines up beautiful. And it's not a lot of messing around really. Look, it fits in there absolutely gorgeous. But don't need a lot of glue and just dots because it's being securely held on with everything else. So only a little bit you need. I mean, you don't have to say birthday. You could say thank you. Hope you're having a good day. Miss you, like I did on one of the other things I did. I'm just going to turn that over. Give that a rummage. Now see what I mean about the waves on there. It makes it look like the ocean. And I think that's going to look really cute on there. Oh, love it. So let's get some mini dimensionals. I did use quite a few actually. Let's get some big ones because that'll take up some space. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I might get away with the large ones. Maybe I need a couple just to fill these gaps, only because I want to keep it on securely. Let's see, get one there, that'll do. Quite a lot on there. I like to press them down because the backings come off easy then. If you don't, it can pull the dimensional off. But if you want a really thick, sturdy sentiment, by all means, layer it up. I think I'll add this on the side because we always add stuff straight, don't we? I think that is so cute. And then we can get another little fishy hook. Again, we could add these on dimensionals. And I'm just going to tuck that onto the bee. We've got a little silver fly here as well. And again, I'm just going to tuck that under the bee and I'm going to layer that over the top. This is cute. Got a different colour. And I'm gonna slide that in between, and then these little silver weights. I'm just gonna have one there. And I'm going to put this last one, because I stamped off, just the same colour, it's because I stamped off my ink. Have that down at the bottom with a little weight on that one as well. And these are the last two gems that came in a kit I had. I don't know why I threw them in that box, but I did for some reason. So let's get my little, too big to go on my birthday, so I'll have one here and I'll have one here, and there we have our, it's called, well, I'm calling it a Concertina Inner Pocket Fun Fold card. So there's a mouthful. Concertina Inner Pocket Fun Fold card. So I've got my lady one and I've got my male one. And my lady one opens out too. So sweet, and it's stand up beautiful. And like I'm saying, gift tags. This one stands up beautiful as well, but we use those inner pieces that we cut off to create. I've got my tag glued in there. Oh no, oh, it's stuck on the back of there where I glued this panel. So give me 2 secs. There we go. Oh, I'll turn that over for now, but I'll put designer series paper on that later. Yeah, Gaynor glued this section, and I've done the same with this one. I shouldn't have put my tags in until I glued. There we go. So I'll turn these over and put designer scissors there. So put these on before you put your tags in. So you've got an extra space for tags, or you can have a gift card holder and tags. So you've got plenty of space to have hidden little, or you can even just stamp these with hidden messages. But there we go. I hope you've enjoyed. There's my male one, so cute, and this is my female one. I hope you've enjoyed. I'd love a thumbs up and a share, that'd be amazing. All glory to our great Lord and Saviour, who gives us our wonderful talents to share with you gorgeous, gorgeous ladies. I love you all millions, and I would love to see you on the next video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and the like. It pushes it out to more people. And yeah, come back on the premiere and we'll have some more fun together. Till next time. Bye.